up, everyone? I'm Brandon, this is Peggy. I decided to make this video because I've been receiving comments talking about how they really like it. So I just wanted to make a video on it, on how accessible this car actually is, the pros and cons, decisions that you need to weigh, whether it's pricing or power. I'll be going through everything throughout this video. I'll leave timestamps so you know exactly where to go to. And yeah, there'll be surprises along the way, so make sure you stay tuned throughout the entire video. Anyways, enjoy the video. But first, we got to do a cold start, and let's go. Okay, as far as interior goes, it's not the most impressive thing in the world. It's just a lot of plastic, like hard plastic, but it's not the worst. You do want to be careful with cars that have these coming off. These as well, those will peel off. So if you do find one, make sure those are on there, unless you don't care. Unless you don't care, then it's whatever. But yeah, there's not much to say here. Back seats, not the worst visibility. Well, the door's open, so that doesn't even matter. Yeah, you got your pedals. Pretty straightforward. This is the radio and all that if you want to take a look. Yeah, and I'll show you the outside. So here's the car on the outside. It's a little dirty, but give you a quick view of what she looks like. It's a very clean looking car. Like the body style isn't anything obnoxious. I have lowered my car, so your car might, well, if it's stock, it'll definitely be higher. And stock wheels, they are kind of a lot higher. Or not wheels, stock springs. But you can fix that. These are just like cheap lowering springs that my friend put on them, so yeah. Here's the engine bay. You got your cold air intake, freaking your battery. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, this is the puppy right here. One thing I forgot to mention was the alternator, or no, the serpentine belt will most likely need to be changed because it's from 2007, and I can almost guarantee you that they didn't change it. And it's actually not that hard. It's my first serpentine belt that I've ever changed, and I did it just from watching a tutorial. So maybe I will make a tutorial. Let me know if you guys would want that, but it's pretty straightforward. You got your cold air intake, which that's going to be the first mod you're going to want to do. I'll get into a list of mods here in a second, but this is very important, so keep that in mind. We are in the car now. So first things I want to go over is the basics, such as horsepower, the average cost, mileage, everything like that. So I'm sure all of you know that the 4.6 3-valve is not known for its insane horsepower performance, but it is torquey. The 4.6 3-valve has 300 horsepower crank from the factory. It's not known for its speed per se, but it was made very torquey. It has 320 pound-feet of torque, and although it's not a lot, it's the way it's engineered or made, whatever the word is, it's designed to feel really torquey and really punchy. So if you want a seat of the pants car, this is definitely one. It's not much of a, put my seatbelt on. It's not much of a highway racer, but it is absolutely fun to drive. And if you're trying to go for that straight up fun feeling, this is the car. Now, let me get into the problems with the car. It has hydraulic lifters. I've actually experienced this problem myself, and I do want to warn you guys, if you ever get into the market of S197s, about hydraulic lifters. Although it's not the most important thing in the world, it is the one problem I've experienced that was really annoying. So basically, you have hydraulic lifters that, from what I understand, they fill up with oil, and it just helps the top end of the engine run. That's all I understand about it. But the other part I understand is if the passageways get filled with varnish from either short drives, varnish can build up, or bad oil changes, like not getting it changed on time, it builds up varnish, and that can block the little passageways, and then they can't fill up with oil, and then you hear a ticking sound. It's really annoying, and it matches RPMs perfectly, but it's very, very annoying. So that's the first thing. How you guys can fix that or prevent it is you can buy liquid moly, lifter additive, or you can get MMO, Marvel Mystery Oil, I think it is. And both of those will work fine, but the biggest way to prevent it is changing your oil and using good oil, okay? These engines are very particular about their oil. They want it to be 5W20, from my experience, 5W20. It is not like 5W30, and it needs to be good quality oil. If it's not, it just doesn't like it, and it kind of runs weird. So you want to keep that in mind. If you're not very good with cars or maintaining cars, this might not be the car for you. But on the other hand, these cars are indestructible. So it's kind of a flip of a coin, I guess, on whether side you'll land. Maybe you're good at maintaining cars. Maybe you're better at just getting lucky. But the point is, these cars are actually pretty indestructible as far as the engine goes. Trans is okay. Engine's really good. It'll outlast everything else in this car. But you have to take care of it. Even if you don't take great care of it, it still will last 200,000 miles pretty good. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to decide whether you're going to maintain it good or not maintain it good. And if you're not good at maintaining cars, then maybe you just shouldn't get a sports car. Okay, next. Mileage-wise, you're not going to find many low-mileage cars. And that's just because this car's from 2007. It's going to be really hard to find a car from 2007 with super low miles, and if you do, it's going to be more expensive than, say, even just 20,000 miles more than the other car. So I would recommend finding a car maybe around 80 to 120,000 miles, because it's been broken in, obviously, and if anything was going to break, it's hard to downshift and talk. So yeah, by then it'll be broken in, and if anything was broken or was going to break, it would have been broken by then, unless you just get unlucky, which in that case I was. So I want to warn you guys about this. Things that break on an 07 Mustang. Around the 100,000 mile mark, from my personal experience, my cats broke. Well, one cat broke, and cats are kind of expensive unless you go catless. Much less expensive, but I'll get to that in a second. So I got high flow cats from BBK. It was welded to an X pipe. It was around $1,000, I think maybe $950. So you have to keep that in mind. The cats might go out, which is normal. It's just another, things break on a car. It's old. Another thing to consider is the door panels. Obviously, they fall off. It's not a big deal. It's just annoying. So I'm just letting you guys know everything about the car. Another thing, spark plugs. They are very hard to deal with on this car for this engine, the 4.6 3-valve, and also the 5.4 3-valve, I believe it is. It's for the F-150 that was made in the same year. They're in two separate parts, and in the middle it's connected by some type of material, I'm not sure. But when you try to loosen them, they literally break in half. So half of your spark plug is stuck in the engine, and that's a really common problem. Actually, I changed my spark plugs a few months ago, and 3 of them got stuck in the engine. It's not the biggest problem in the world. You just have to go get a kit, and it extracts the other half of the spark plug, which I don't understand why Ford did that. I don't see any actually inherent value with it, but that's what they decided to go with, whatever. So you want to keep that in mind. If you really aren't comfortable with just like figuring things out as far as things breaking, this car might not be for you. This is a very friendly car in the fact that if it's your first like sports car, you can things can break and you can work on it very easily. It's a very easy car to work on. It's just, if if you buy an older car, it's kind of part of the deal. Things are going to break. Now, as far as the exhaust sounds, when you get a stock Peggy, is what I like to call them, S197s. I call them Peggies. This is Peggy. Her name's Pegasus. You get it. So when you get a stock Peggy, the exhaust sounds like nothing. It's like you're driving a Tesla. You can hear the engine probably twice as loud as the exhaust, which is cool, but it's not that cool. So what you want to do immediately when you get a, there's a Hellcat on the highway, sorry, I got distracted. Immediately when you get a Peggy, first thing you want to do, get an exhaust. I wouldn't go catless. I'll put a clip here. Way too loud. You don't want catless unless you're crazy, which is fine. By all means, you can be crazy, it's fine. But if you want your car to sound good, I would recommend at least high flows. High flows, or even stock. You can get stock cats, but high flows are good. It's not obnoxious. That's what I have on my car. And then it comes down to X pipe or H pipe. X pipe and H pipe, that is completely up to your subjective opinion. Personally, on this car, I have an X pipe and it sounds good, but I'm not sure if it would sound better with an H pipe. H pipe sounds really good on this car, but it has Borla S type stingers, and that helped the car. So X pipe is going to make your car really raspy, really raw, kind of higher pitched. H pipe, deep, rumbly, old school muscle car sound. So when I had the X pipe with a, oh my gosh, there's a Ferrari behind me. Anyways, when I had the X pipe with some stock mufflers, I had the muffler. I haven't ordered the Borlas yet, so I still had Pete Borla. You can sponsor me, Borla, by the way. So I had stock mufflers, and it was really raspy, really high pitch. It did not sound good. But I got these mufflers, and they're not that loud, but it more so changes the pitch of the car, and it just sounds way better in my opinion. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, whether you like X pipe or H pipe more. I think it depends on the car. As far as this car, I would probably suggest an H pipe. If you got a 5.0, I would go X pipe. They sound good on 5.0. But all of that, super boring, I understand. You want to know how this car feels, how it feels to drive. I'm going to tell you, it feels amazing. I love this car. The only problem it has is when intake air temperatures rise, just like any car, it gets a little less fun. But specifically, this car is really sensitive to intake air temperatures, like very sensitive. I don't know if it's a one-off thing for this car, but I have heard that other Peggies are sensitive to air. And it's sensitive to the point, like, I could tell if it's even 10 degrees hotter just based off of how my car feels. So you want to keep that in mind. If you don't want to drive your car in the winter or when it's colder even, this is not the car for you, because that's probably the most fun time to drive this car. But as far as the feeling of this car, it is very torquey. It pulls hard in first, second, a little bit third. Depends on your gearing. I have really bad gearing. It came with 331s. Don't ask me why. I think stock they have 355s. The original owner, he opted for 331s. Whatever. I guess I get better gas mileage than you. So, but the point is, it's very torquey. It's very fun. It's very fast. It's not insanely fast. It's not like 5.0 quick. But my friend Aaron, he has a 5.0, and he's got it to about 450 horsepower crank, or no, wheel, and it can keep up with the 5.0 from a dig, obviously, because he starts to spin his tires a little bit. On the highway, the 5.0 definitely pulls away, especially once we get above a certain mile per hour that I won't say that I drive online. Once we're past that, yeah, it's pretty much not even a race anymore. But if we're going normal city driving, it is very fun, and in my opinion, more fun than a 5.0. But that's up for you guys to decide. So I'm gonna quit yapping about it, and I'm just gonna show you a little second gear pull, and I'll roll down the window so you can hear it. So this is 2,500 RPM. So as you can see, it will definitely put you back in your seat. And for reference, my intake air temperature is 112 degrees Fahrenheit right now, which is kind of warm. So yeah, it'll put you back in your seat, and it feels good. Really, if you're not racing anyone, it doesn't feel slow. So as far as bang for buck goes, like fun and enjoyment per dollar, this is the best car to get. If you want to compare it to other sports cars you see around here, it does pretty well, but it also only costs like $11,000. This car was $11,000. You can find, I think they're actually getting cheaper now. You can find one for maybe 9 to 10. It might not be the lowest mileage in the world, but you know, it's a Mustang, it's a car, whatever. The exciting part, mods. This is what you're gonna want to do. In order. Like I said, you want an exhaust first, just because that's cool. But as far as power gains goes, this is what you're gonna want to do. JLT Series 3 cold air intake is what I got. And I can't really suggest something that I haven't done. But you could probably go with any good cold air intake. I've already made a video on cold air intakes and tunes. It's actually a short, you can go check that out. But you're gonna want a cold air intake and a 93 octane tune. It depends on where you live, but if you can get 93 octane, it's better than 91. It's not that big of a difference, but it's still better. So when you get a cold air intake, you have to get a tune because you're getting more air, and you want to get a tune to add more fuel. It's a juggle, you know. So just that mod alone will make your car, I would say, 20% more enjoyable. I can't tell you exactly how much horsepower it's going to add because I haven't dynoed it before or after. So, but it's advertised around 25 to 40 horsepower wheel, and it just also depends on what else you've done to the car. So on the safe side, I would say it would give you a tune plus the cold air intake. I would say you've probably gained 20 wheel, just to be reasonable. It feels a lot more than that, but you also have to remember that it's a 300 horsepower car. So adding 30 horsepower to a 300 horsepower car is going to feel a lot more, it's going to feel a lot different than adding 30 horsepower to a 500 horsepower car. So it's a ratio. Upgrades on this car feel a lot bigger than upgrades on other cars. So that's another plus. Third thing, you want to get your spark plugs done. Absolutely. Even if your spark plugs are fine, they've been changed frequently. You want to change them because you want to make sure they're done right. And when you have good spark plugs and coils, I forgot to mention, you're also going to want coils. If you've got new coils, spark plugs, that alone will make your car feel better. And it's just part of taking care of the car. But you'd be surprised that when you take care of your car, it gets faster. It's crazy. It's very fun. It's very enjoyable. It sounds good. It turns heads. And best part of all, it's super affordable. So if this helped you, let me know. Comment if you learned anything, if this helped you decide, and subscribe if you would like to see more of this content. And yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you later. You know how to get one more pull.